We got a special guest joining us on the River Islands guest line momentarily. We'll try and squeeze him in before we hit this break. I see Ken on the phone with him right now.
Early in the game, they're down 8, they're down 10, they're down 11. You're like, just stay in there, stay in it. They fight back. Then, the Clippers extend the lead right before halftime. And then third quarter, they're exchanging buckets. And I was stunned they found a way to win that game.
Really quick, Joe, I want to go to the River Islands guest line here. We got a couple minutes before you hit the break, but we got a very busy man on the line.
That?
The mayor of San Francisco, Daniel Lurie, joining us on the River Islands guest line. His honor, the mayor. Mr.
Great.
Mayor, how are you feeling this morning? How pumped are you about that win last night?
I'm a little speechless. I was watching with Sawyer last night. We're watching on a little iPad. We were screaming at each other. We were rubbing each other's heads, and I had to call in. That was one of those moments. I know it's a play-in game, but it just reminded you of what a heart of a champion is. And that coach, Draymond, Steph, Porzingis, and then Horford, that's what we were hoping for a whole season. And maybe we do have a 16 game group of players. I don't know. It's a long road to go, but let's enjoy this moment.
Did you swear in Draymond Green as, the deputy commissioner of the police department? Because he had Kawhi Leonard in shackles in the final 6 minutes of that game. There's sweat dripping off Draymond's face. And look, Draymond, full experience. You got the technical. You had him bricking shots. He hit a big shot. He's screaming and yelling. He tweaks the knee. And I'm thinking, oh, no, he might be hurt.
The knee, I know.
And then he's fighting. And he's old as hell. He's got gray coming through the beard. It's just, he locks up Kawhi Leonard, steals the ball from him, jumps on the floor, wrestles it, fires it ahead for one night, and maybe they end up losing the next one. But for one night, he reminded you why he's one of the greatest defensive players of all time. We got to make him a police officer. He had that man in handcuffs.
He can be whatever he wants. We'll talk to him after the season's over. That was vintage Draymond. I just saw a little clip of him after Kawhi gave him love, and Draymond felt very proud to hear that praise from Kawhi, who's one of the great offensive and defensive players. He's just an amazing player. But Draymond just showed what we all, Draymond has been with us the whole time, and we've gone through the ups and downs as fans with him, and he has provided so many more ups. That we all have to just be incredibly thankful that we've gotten to watch him play all these years with such passion. He just cares deeply and came out last night. And then, Steph and Porzingis with the smiles on their face. I don't know Porzingis very well, but he looked like he was having fun. They looked like they were having fun, which we haven't been able to see much this season. It's been a really rough season. So to watch our team have some fun was a joy to watch. And,
yours are promoting small local businesses, right? And I love that about you. But I see some of the role players on this team, and Guy Santos just embodies everything about the Steve Kerr culture and the Steph Curry and Draymond Green era. Like, that young man, Guy Santos, played an outstanding game for the entire country to realize not only is he a great ball player, he's a factor moving forward. I don't know, to what degree, but what a great moment for that young man.
You all know him better than I do. We started off down 12-2. And I was like, is he the one we want taking those shots? And he had a great game. A couple of those spin moves, that spin move where he lost his defender, got right to the rim.
Incredible.
It was impressive and gave, we needed some youth out there, and he gave it to us last night for sure.
Did you tell
you said the culture?
Yeah.
I had a chance, actually, Coach Kerr came in and spoke to all of the department heads at City.
Oh, that's cool.
At the City a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about the culture and bringing joy to the game, and acknowledging it's been a tough season, but still enjoying the moment, enjoying each other. And you saw that out on the floor last night. So you're right. Coach's culture, and as he said, it doesn't hurt to have Steph Curry on your team either. But God, it was just that moment. That was a moment for the Bay Area last night. It was so special, and we've had so many. This team has given us so much over the last, 10, 15 years. It was just a great reminder that we should all be grateful.
Yeah, it's a great point, Mr. Mayor, that you say. We've got Mayor Daniel Lurie joining us here on the River Islands guest line here on the Morning Roast with Sam Loman and Joe Shasky. And you talk about the culture, you talk about the specialness of watching Stephen Curry. And yesterday, my partner and I, we were having a conversation that, maybe it's better that they lose this game. I called it the tactical retreat, where sometimes you need to lose, fall into the lottery for the chance for that draft pick to start turning the page to the next era of Warriors basketball. But then I'm watching last night, I'm like, well, we're idiots. I don't want to do that. I don't want the Steph Curry fun, the Steph Curry era to ever end. It will at some point, sure, but last night, to your point, really showcased just why we should take advantage of all these moments with Steph. And I am so glad that we were able to get Steph back on the court and enjoy that. But for me, Mr. Mayor, it's just I want to milk as many of these years out of Steph Curry as possible, because nights like last night make, holding on to this era feel worth it.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, we all want to win a championship every year, and we know that that's really difficult. And we know these days are numbered, but life is short. And we in this region, at least for me, I got to live through Joe Montana, and then somehow we got fortunate where we got Steve Young. And then we had the Giants with three straight, or not three straight, but, every other year. And then we've had the Warriors, and it's magical, and it doesn't come around very often. So you're right. We got to enjoy every moment. And last night, another incredible moment in Bay Area sports. And I know it's just a plan, but my God, it was fun.
It was awesome. My dad used to say to me, we had a couple hoops in the backyard, and he would say to me, hey, look, one day I will lose to you, but not today. And he would say it all the time. And he'd say, I'm not going to go down without a fight. And it sticks in my head because, when I now that I'm getting older, I'm like, seeing some of these old guys compete, I'm like, you guys want to bury the old guys. Look at these old timers. Look at Draymond. Look at Horford. Look at Steph. Look at Steve. Look at the old guys. And for one night, they turn back the clock. And it just made me think and I'm sitting there watching it with my son, and he's now learning the name Steph Curry. And I'm just going, son, you have no idea what you're watching right now. This is special. So I just wonder if you and your son have similar conversations when you're watching Steph Curry and Draymond and Al Horford and Steve Kerr.
When I kissed him goodnight last night, I said, this is not normal to watch someone like Steph Curry. And you have to, I hope you always remember these moments. And he just smiled at me, and, a 12-year-old can only take so much in, but yeah, we are getting older. I'm much older than you, Shasky, but, man, I wanted to call in. I know my chain, my text chain last night was of sports friends. We were just, yelling at the TV. A couple of them couldn't figure out how to rewind on Prime and thought you couldn't rewind. And another friend of mine told them, you guys are just old. You can't figure it out. And so it was just it was a good night in San Francisco, a good night for the Bay Area.
Hell yeah.
And I just wanted to, I knew you all were having fun talking about it. So I wanted to just call in and say hi and say, go Warriors. We got one. Let's get one more so we can have a couple more home games this season.
I agree. On the way out the door, are you going to be out at Oracle Park on Saturday. We got 3 different games for the Benedetti Classic. Benedetti, Dante Benedetti, Dante's boys, was a great man in the North Beach area. He used to drive around with gear and baseballs and gloves and sports equipment in the back of his truck, and basically just was like a neighborhood hero for so many people during the 70s and 80s. And now they have a big game in his honor. 3 of them, SISH, the Bruce Mahoney, and then Reardon's playing, and a couple of the North Bay teams. Are you going to be out there on Saturday?
Shit, Shasky, you got to give me more than 48 hours notice on some of these things. I am not. I'm doing my first sister city trip. As mayor, and we are going we're doing 2 trips. It's a quick 4.5, 5 days. We're going to Shanghai and Seoul.
Nice.
And actually, I'm going to Jung-Hoo Lee's a team in Seoul.
Oh, really?
And I'm gonna go see a game at a stadium that he played at.
That's cool.
So I'll report back on that.
Yeah, that is cool.
You gonna wear your Jung-Hoo Lee jersey?
I'm bringing some over to gift to a few of the people that we're meeting. But we're gonna go be pushing San Francisco and telling people to come visit us and drum up some tourism and drum up some visitors and get this economy continuing to roll, because it's starting to happen in our city. We're on the rise, and we're the greatest city in the world. And the Warriors last night gave us another moment.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Mayor. You know I love you. Tell your boys I said hi. Your son I said hi, and make sure you do something nice for your wife. I mean, you're doing all this, bouncing around. I know that she's the one that gets the short end of the stick. So do something nice for the wife.
That's a good shout out. I will do that. I will tell her you said so as well.
Trust me, it takes one to know one. My wife's always saying, "You always forget about me."
Marriage counseling with Joe
Yeah, 16 years in,
There you go.
See you soon, Mr. Mayor.
I understand it. All right, you two, take care. Go Warriors. Go San Francisco. Take care.
Let's go.
Let's go, San Francisco.
Go.
His Honor, the Mayor, Daniel Lurie, joining us there. Surprise appearance.
Let's go.
On the River Islands guest line. But when you get a win like that, like the Warriors got last night, you got to hear from the mayor of our city there. The